Action on Capitol Hill has come in fast and furious all day long. Let's talk about that and more with Riley Rogerson from NOTUS. Up late with me tonight here on the Final Five. I think the day started with certain reactions, and then it just snowballed all day long.
Absolutely. Yeah, it has been honestly chaos up here on Capitol Hill ever since these tweets really started. I saw a great message or a great tweet from someone who said the Senate really lucked out because they got out of town before the Epstein related tweet dropped from Elon, and then the House had to field all of the reaction and reporter questions. And yeah, there was a wide range of takes from some members of Congress saying they were pulling out the popcorn and excited to watch this go down, to people really frustrated at Elon Musk for going so hard against the president, to some like Speaker Mike Johnson seeming to take a more diplomatic approach. He was walking around during votes with a baby in hand, which us reporters didn't totally know what to make of. So it's been crazy up here ever since this tweet storm really kicked off.
I presume the ones with the popcorn come from the Democratic side, but that's just a hunch based on the reactions.
You would think, but Thomas Massey, who's been a big supporter of some of these big Doge cuts, he was sending popcorn emojis. So.
Okay. I think, though, look, because after we speak with you, our guests are going to talk about this. But I want to focus on what this means for this bill, because, again, it made it through the House. It is in the hands of the Senate right now. Musk made no secret for about a week that he wasn't happy with it. Does this, based on what you've heard, and it's still early, does this impact the potential passage in the Senate right now?
Majority Leader John Thune says absolutely not. They're moving forward. He says he will somehow come up with the votes and that this is going to proceed as usual. If you look a little deeper, there's serious questions here, particularly in the House. Remember, this bill already passed in the House, and hardcore conservatives who had a lot of concerns about the bill ultimately at the very last minute decided they'd support it. Now they see cover. They see, Elon Musk is saying he doesn't like this bill. We've had concerns. Now we're going to, whenever the Senate sends this back, if they change it, like, they do have another opportunity to vote against this bill likely down the line, and they see a really powerful supporter out there. So I think this has emboldened conservative opponents to the bill, and it's going to make the path towards getting it over the line much harder.
And let's talk about Musk for the amount of money that he dumped into the 2024 election, nearly $300 million, and he's already been talking about people who support this bill should be primary, they should be challenged. I mean, do you get any sense that maybe some people think that Musk is not done with politics, or is this soured him to the process? Because clearly somebody who could spend $300 million on a presidential race probably wouldn't flinch at spending a couple million on House and Senate races along the way.
It's a threat that I think members of Congress are going to pay attention to and are taking really seriously. Remember, there was, Elon Musk put a tweet out just a couple of months ago, something to the effect of he could love President Trump as much as he could love another man. That's the same guy
as much as a straight man can love another man. I think we got to point that out.
Thank you. Yes. Today, he's striking a completely different tone, going as hard as someone can go with their criticism of President Trump. So if someone can change their tune so quickly, I think members of Congress are worried about what that looks like down the line, and whether that means primary challenges, whether that means him supporting certain Democrats. He's talked about looking for a party that's kind of in the middle. I think people don't totally know where this is headed, but are aware that this could have huge consequences for people who have gotten behind him for the most part. A lot of Republicans have been supportive of Elon Musk, and now I see that there could be consequences.
There was also the push to codify a lot of these Doge cuts, and just explain where that would come in, because that is independent from all of this big, beautiful bill stuff. This is something, would it start in the House and then make its way to the Senate?
Exactly. Yes. And that's going to be huge starting next week. So we have a pretty good picture of those Doge cuts the president is trying to codify. There would be permanently eliminating funding for things like USAID, for public broadcasting. That'd be like PBS and NPR, certain funding there. So they are pursuing that very seriously still. Of course, Elon Musk was the champion for these cuts, and now it again puts members in a complicated position. I talked to members about this specific question today. Most of them are saying that the president sent these cuts over. They want to codify them, but things are moving fast. Things are ever changing. So we'll see what it looks like next week.
Riley Rogerson from NOTUS on the Final Five. Riley, good to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jim.
And we're back after this on the Final Five.